really think and believe that even this year, 2017, we are going to get another increase from looking at the efforts that the department has put throughout the provinces. Really, I can't say we saw it coming, but with the efforts and the interventions and all the programs that the provinces were having, we did have hope that something will come okay this year, and we are very grateful and proud of the achievement that our provinces have come up with.
I don't know if at this point it would be fair to say, or if it is a fair observation rather, that the CAPS curriculum is probably working. It's probably starting to pay off compared to OBE.
I will really agree with you there. I think CAPS is stabilizing now. It's really working, maybe more than when comparing to OBE. For me, what I've observed, even the support programs that are being given to teachers, even learners themselves, I think this issue of having education as a societal issue, a matter where everyone has got an interest, has bear fruits, because really look at the private sector. We have got the likes of NECT. Everyone is coming on board to say, what is it that we can contribute towards the betterment of our education sector? So that is why we are seeing even private companies coming in and really kept stabilizing, and we are really seeing our teachers getting confident in making sure that they deliver quality education to the learners.
It must then be concerning to you as a portfolio committee, and sometimes when you do these community outreach programs and you visit these various schools, to find some of these schools in such a poor state, and we know there's been a lot of emphasis around the department meeting the norms and standards, and the argument has been that the infrastructure at various schools is very important to help us reach the results that we want.
Definitely, you are so much correct. But as I can proudly say, as the Portfolio Committee, we have seen a great improvement even by the department in making sure that when it comes to the issues of infrastructure, much has been done. Really, eradication of those improper structures, mud schools, we are seeing great progress. But as you are saying, there's still a long way to go, and we believe that with all the contributions and the interventions and the coming to board, even from the private sector, there's so much that we are going to see. But the issue of infrastructure, really it's a problem. But again, I don't want to get into that. The issue of rationalization, because we still have these non-viable schools that are there, of which is a huge challenge within the department to make sure that they close down those schools so that we have got the viable schools where all the infrastructure, all the resources that our learners need are being provided for them to perform well. So it's a long way, but we are very confident that we are going to get there soon.
One of those provinces that face that situation, actually on a huge scale, is the Eastern Cape.
Definitely.
And every year the Eastern Cape is performing poorly.
Yeah, Eastern Cape.
What should happen in the Eastern Cape?
We have got all the hope again is to say, you know, I'm not saying the management is not there, but for now we have even seen the HOD being taken in the Eastern Cape, the new HOD, of which we believe is a very skilled person, working together with the team in the Eastern Cape. It's something more is going to happen. But as we are saying, the Eastern Cape is the province that it's facing that huge challenge. And it's our resolution, even as the Portfolio Committee, that we are going to be focusing in the Eastern Cape, try to assist, because what we always do, we sit down the ministers to say, Minister, we must come up with programs to go and assist. You have done a lot in the Eastern Cape. Yes, we are saying the Eastern Cape is always behind, but we're very even proud this year to see that increase of about 2%. It shows that if ever there are efforts that are given to that province, we can see fruits out of that. So really, we are going to be focusing on the Eastern Cape. It's one province that is contained a lot of learners. So once Eastern Cape does not perform well, we know that what happens with these three provinces at the bottom of the ladder. So Eastern Cape, KZN and Limpopo will be our focus as the Portfolio Committee, because we know exactly once we perform in those provinces, definitely nationally we'll go.
I was actually speaking to the Deputy Secretary General, or rather General Secretary of SADU, Mr. Tolopo, was joining us here, and he was speaking about the relationship between the department and teacher unions, because he believes that that's quite important to make sure that you have teachers who are in a happy environment and an enabling environment to enable pupils, even those who are in quintile 1 schools, to do their level best.
That is so correct. I think the lobby has hit it on the nail. And as a portfolio committee, if we have been following us, we have even started those meetings where we say we might not be playing oversight role directly over our stakeholders like the unions, but for that relationship where we want to see every stakeholders pulling together for the benefit of our learners. Those are the meetings that we have started with them so that we can create that platform. I'm not saying there is no platform between the unions and the department, but sometimes we need to play that, we create that platform so that they can come together. Let us not only flood the department with the challenges and also the questions, but what else we know exactly who are the important stakeholders that are there. And we are very grateful to our stakeholders like the SGBs, the unions. Whenever we call on them, they come, we discuss. And one of the issues, again, that we have said, let us focus and concentrate on these 3 provinces, all the stakeholders. And I really believe with all the leadership of the unions, we are going to make a breakthrough in those provinces and we are going to see something happening.
Final question, looking into 2017, what are some of the key focuses you think that the Department of Basic Education should be focusing on?
Definitely is teacher development. It has been said widely, and we also need the department to focus on that, issues of infrastructure, as we have talked about. And one other area of which we always emphasize as the portfolio committee is the issue of those learners' inclusive education, especially the special schools, those learners in those schools. We're happy because they've been even awarded today, but we still have a lot of them that are falling behind, and there's such a lot that the department is doing, but we want to see the department pulling up, making sure that those learners in those schools, they enjoy the quality education and they are not discriminated like we used to say in the past. But I can commend the department has done a lot, but we are still going to focus on that one.
Earlier, we also